Alright. Okay, now everything should be in order. We can start. Let's get this show on the road. It's time. It's time to get it going. Once again, we begin again. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. Right. Let's just go ahead and get this level completed right at the beginning of the stream. At this point, I've been playing this route and field for like over 10 hours, I think. Just didn't expect that I would, like within 5 hours, complete it twice, and then spend another 5 hours struggling to complete it a third time. Sucks. What can you do? Actually very hard. Go get him, Umihara. Go get these fish, you get them. Is my chat not? Wait, hold on a second. Is the chat there? Wait, let me do a test chat. Chat is there, right? I mean, nobody's chatted yet, but... Oh, okay. I guess the little X that says that it's initiated is just covered up. Wait. The stream is going offline at the beginning of the stream. Wow. Doing that shit again. It's doing it again. It's about to go offline. Wait, I am streaming, right? I did. There was a stream that started, right? Ah, no, it's a disconnection. Okay. What? Didn't expect that to happen. Myself going after the 1-up. Paradise. So this isn't this. No, this is the PS1. Wow, Paradise. Hold on a second. Let me just throw a life away. The first person in the chat. I don't see that every day. This is the... Yeah, they do. I don't remember if they do that in the third one. I'm sure they don't in the fourth one, which is the modern Switch one. But, yeah, the second one is really similar to the first one in a lot of ways. On the PS1. Which is basically a good thing. Because the changes that they made with, like, third and fourth kind of made it progressively worse. But yeah, this is not... I'm playing the Steam version. This game was originally PS1. The Steam version is a very, very, very accurate port. There's been, like, I think there's been, like, 3 ports of this game. There was one on 3DS and one on PSP. Oh, I don't remember if it was 3DS or normal DS, but... Maybe it was DS. DS and PSP, I think. There's that guy. I'm playing the Steam version for a couple reasons. The Steam version is one of the 2 versions that has all the levels, because each new port of this game adds levels. Which is kind of bad for me because I'm trying to 100% the game, and like the DS version adds insane difficulty Kaizo levels, which I'm gonna have to now beat, but I'm gonna try to do it. And the other reason is the Steam version like has a built-in map that keeps track of all your progress, so it kind of makes more sense for 100%. I haven't tried the DS version though. People say that that's good and has like some additional content, like gallery stuff, but otherwise it seems like pretty much an identical port, which is good. The level I'm working on right now for my map is the hardest level in the original PS1 version. This one was in the PS1 version. How are you doing, Mr. McCarran-Ice? How's your afternoon going? Thank you for the raid yesterday. Finished that Kirby game. It was alright. It was okay. Kind of okay. 100% trying to use each exit. Have to be one playthrough. I consider it what I'm classifying as 100% is, and I do the same with all the Umihara games, basically to use every door. It can't be in the same playthrough because you can't do all doors in one playthrough. But yeah, no, I mean just to take every single door. Doing that will fill out your map completely. I also have to not use continues. This version of the game has continues you can unlock, but I can't use them because if you use continue on the map, it grays out the arrow. We don't want that. We want the full blue arrow. You must get full blue arrow. I mean, like, you could say that it's still 100% even if you, like, you know, and you can make it whatever you want. But that's what I'm considering to be 100% for my rules. And I have 100% completed the Super Nintendo one, but not the third one yet. The PSP one I haven't. That's also available. They're all available on Steam now. People say that this one is the hardest, and I think they're correct. I haven't seen all there is in the third one yet, but it seems like it can't possibly be as hard. The third one kind of suffers a little bit with its graphics because they went to like full 2.5D meaning they like everything is in 3D, including like the character, like Umihara, instead of like using the cell shading. And it doesn't look like the art style just doesn't look as good. Although it has really good music, but probably better than this game. But more importantly, they kind of screwed up the mechanics in the third one. And in the fourth one, I feel like they got the mechanics closer to being right, but unfortunately they give it this mission-based structure, which kind of really sucks. And they added food. A lot of people don't like those changes. Not just me. Although it's cool that they like put all the old levels in the game that you can play, and there's like different characters. That's kind of cool. But... anyway, this is like the true hard point of the level here, going from this block to that block. I usually screw this up. And miss it again. If I can get past that, and then get past the next part where I have to do a big swing over to the exit door, and then just not mess up the final part, I will beat the level. It doesn't seem like it should be that hard, but... spent about 10 hours, I think, on just trying to, like, complete this route. But part of the reason why is because in order to 100% my map, I have to complete this level 3 times. I've already completed it twice, so if I had only needed one completion, I would have been, like, long done with this level. But for some reason, I'm struggling with the third time, which is kind of weird, but you'd think I should be able to get it any time now. But that's what we thought 5 hours ago. Oh well. Difficult video games. Difficult video games. You've played a difficult video game before, a time or two, MCA. You know how it is. I overdid it. And you beat them always. Did you ever beat Battletoads, by the way? Speaking of that, I don't recall. No, but you know, like, it's weird sometimes how... I couldn't remember if you did or not. Like, I sort of remember you, like, giving up at one point, but you were gonna go back to it, but I didn't remember if you did or not. Even Warpless? I've beaten it. I prefer to play it Warpless, actually. It's actually, not necessarily harder to do Warpless. I mean, you have to learn those other levels, but, like, Volkmeyer's Inferno, but, like, the potential to get 1-ups and stuff kind of counteracts that. Yeah, like, any percent without continues, Warpless you had to continue. Well, it's not, you know, it's actually not necessarily, like, once you, like, you know, kind of learn the levels and stuff and start to get the ball rolling, which obviously is going to take a lot of practice, and no matter what you do, like, the choke points are, like, the final few levels, learning those. But, like, once you kind of get good at the early levels, I think what happens with Battletoads is you end up just stockpiling more and more lives. So, I mean, like, because you get a life every 100,000 points, and you're also getting lives from, you know, 1-ups collected in the stages, which there's a lot. And you're getting lives from, hopefully, from, you know, getting good at the birds on stage 2. So when you get good at doing all of that, you find yourself eventually, like, getting to, like, stages, like, 9 and 10 with, like, 30 lives or something. And it actually becomes kind of easier to, like, beat the game with continuous. But, you know, there's a certain, like, critical mass point you have to reach before that happens, I guess. I mean, practicing stage 2 helps a ton. That's the like, even if you, like, try to do the game any percent, if your goal is just to beat Battletoads, I think you're way better off practicing stage 2 than warping past it. You know, I mean, it's not necessarily, like, it doesn't necessarily help to, like, learn. And I guess it also depends on whether you consider, like, for 100% whether you have to like do every snake stage or not and stuff like that. Because like doing the entire snake stage is like one of the biggest difficulty points of the game aside from the final levels, kinda. It's way harder than the Turbo Tunnel, I think. Volkmeyer's is like not that hard, but the one spot where you have to dodge the meteors always gives me trouble, even now. And just like there's no practice for that. But aside from that, it's not really that hard to memorize. They're gonna analyze reverse to make it worthwhile. Skip for any percent. Well, the good thing about skipping it is you can make those attempts really fast for getting back to practicing the later levels. But I mean, if you can even just get decent at doing the birds, it helps, I think. But you know, I mean, however you do it is, I mean, the important thing is just to do it. I think it's extremely difficult game. I mean, it's not the hardest NES game, but when it comes to like well-known games, I think it's the hardest. But I think it's super fun. It's a super fun game to learn because there's just so much variety to it compared to like other video games. It's just the thing that kind of fucks up Battletoads to like play, to like as a game to like try to learn, to get good at. It's just, I think, Klinger Winger, like trying to do Klinger Winger in emulation is just a huge problem. And I mean, at this point, everybody kind of, I mean, I guess a lot of people know about the pause trick now, but without that, the Klinger Winger is just kind of fucked. Always took the quick exit. You never did it. Yeah. Well, I mean, you don't need to. But yeah, I mean, it would just depend on how you define like 100%. Because, I mean, 100% can just mean doing all the levels. Doesn't mean you have to do like every little bit of them. When you start getting into that, then you have to like question any shortcut, which is a bit weird. Oh, look at that. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I think some 100% speedrun categories do mean that you do all the snakes, though. I don't know. It's kind of interesting to try to learn them, because... And I do think it's, like, some of the hardest content in the game, aside from the well-known, very difficult levels, the final 3, basically. Anyway, dude, I love Battletoads. I love Battletoads. Amazing game. You know, that's the problem with being a moderator and being like heavily involved in the TMR community, isn't it? You kind of feel like you have to like get good at Battletoads or at least beat it, right? It's like, how can you like that and like Contra? The Contra is really not that hard if you just like invest some time into it. It really doesn't take that much time to learn, I think, to be good at Contra. The Battletoads is a tough one. So what game are you playing now, Macaronis? Or maybe I should ask if you've thought about it. What games you plan to play in the future? This is just about the perfect line width. Ah, there we go. There we go. That was just about perfect for the strat. 6 lives. I was impatient. I almost killed myself on that snail. So hard to retain your patience. You've been doing this level for so many hours. And, I mean, at a certain point when you've been practicing the same level for a lot of time, your patience becomes the biggest enemy, I think. Maybe it's even worse in a game like this, because like a game like this, there's so many different variety of strategies you can use, and you kind of just always want to do what's fastest. Hurry up and get me to the hard part again. And letting the enemy of the perfect be the... What does that say? Never let the enemy... Never let perfect be the enemy of the good? I'm letting it be the enemy of the good. Or am I? I don't even know. That looked pretty stylish. I'm gonna beat this level now, right now. Oh, fish! Please. This is an early stream for me. Don't normally stream during the afternoon, but I'm kind of thinking that I might try to do some more afternoon streams this month, especially since I have a lot of time, a lot more time than usual. No conventions. Oh man, this happened again. I hate that one hook transfer. Oh, that one is that goddamn one. Screw it up so many times. Should take a little bit of extra time on that one, like all the time, always. Oh, what? Even when I do grab that blue block, like there's still one more really hard trick I have to do to get the goddamn door. And there's just no easy way around it. So this is a problem where that hook is right now. I should probably, yeah, do that. Otherwise I'm gonna end up falling. That looks pretty good. Now I'm screwing up the first one. Okay, got it. The second one is usually not that hard, but I can still definitely screw it up. Just a little bit off. Damn it. Uh-oh. I'm still alive. Cool. Oh no! Oh. Alright, fine. Let's try to be patient with these last 2 lives. Let's just try to be a little more patient than normal. Let's try that, huh? Oh! Alright. It didn't work out. Let's try again. A little more patient, huh? Problem is that patience doesn't necessarily really help you for a lot of these. Like, it's not gonna really, it's not a panacea for preventing player error. I'm always going to screw up that little swing like once in a blue moon. I just mistimed it. Can't be helped. Just gotta keep trying. Keep grinding. Man, what the heck? How long is it gonna take? I should time how long it takes between getting the 2nd and 3rd completion. This is pretty insane. Is this just like a run of bad luck? Is this bad skill luck? I know I have the skill. I've proven I have the skill to get to that door. But for some reason, I'm just unable to re-execute it. You'd think that one of these times I would have doing anything different at all. I think so. I get to that blue block. Swing up over the ice block, which is not too hard. Usually I'm able to do that. Get the 1-up, and then climb back up, which is not too hard. Hope that the fish don't kill me, which is not too hard. And grab that block, move the hook over a little bit, which is not too hard, and do the big swing. And grab the thing over there, which is not actually that hard. You just have to time. You just have to get the momentum. Easily doable, and then just throw the line with the right timing, which is definitely a little bit tricky, but it should be doable though. It should be doable. That should all be doable. Like, how has that not happened in the last 5 hours? I don't know. Bad skill luck? Yeah, I'm gonna call it bad skill luck. Look how good I can play through these levels. Why can't I just play through 42 that good? That's all. Is that too much to ask? I'm even getting a lot better at 13. This one. This making it to that door is super hard, but I'm getting a lot more consistent at it. Let's see if we can do it first try this time. 4, overshot. 5 swings,
You want, like, ideally you want about kind of like a mid-length line extension there, like about mid-length, but you can do it with the shorter one. You just have to, like, release a little bit later, I think. Or I should just, like, extend it, you know. Well, you know what I should do is, if the line length isn't ideal, I should just reset and do it again. I don't lose a life that way. That's actually what I should do, because it was a little bit short there. I mean, I could extend it with the right timings so that it doesn't interrupt the timing of the swing. That's just what's going to happen. For some reason, when I go back to reset that and go back, like, I never mess it up the first time, but when I go back to reset and make the jump a second time, sometimes I miss. I don't know why that is. Something psychological going on. I never seem to miss the first time. 3, 4, jump. Just a little. The momentum was just a little too slow there. Just a tad too slow. I held on to the line just a little, like a millisecond too long. You gotta tap it real quick and release. You gotta tap it and release really fast so that you get enough momentum. That's the kind of the key. Think we can make this work? Oh no. And see there, I guess I like go too early or something. Like maybe like a tiny bit too early. I'm not sure. The line was a little bit short there. I can't really control very easily how when I make this jump here, like how exactly it connects. So I can't have the same can't have the same exact. I mean, I could try to like notice, and that's probably what I should do is like notice the line width and then correct it. But it's hard to do that without messing up the swing. And the swing I time a certain. Okay, yeah, like that. Now I'll say I messed up the swing, so I can't get the launcher there. But that's what I should do. I should try to correct if it's too short. Because if it's too short like that, I usually don't make it. And then, again, like, every time I reset it and go back up, that's when I usually miss the jump or something. I don't even know how that would be. Who needs that life anyway? Figure this out. I'm going to dissect every single move. Nope, I messed it up because I tried to correct the line and I messed up the swing. Alright, let's just wait for it to come back up fully. Wait like a beat and then do it. There we go. Can make this work. Little tap. Oh man, how did I miss that by mere pixels? Okay. Sucks. This is pretty opposite from doing this on the first try. Oh man, see, you know what? Again, the line was too short and I ended up not having the momentum. Again, I should just not make the jump when the line is that short, because I almost never make it. I need the line to be longer than that. I'm just better off resetting and trying again. And that's the case, I think. Alright, this is a much better width. Or line length. And I release around. It's a tough jump. More grinding. I'm sitting here grinding the levels, leaving these levels over and over again, hoping that we have all the skills. I've even seen myself complete the level twice. We have all the skills to do this, and I'm just waiting for it to happen. I'm not even trying to beat the level anymore. I'm waiting for myself to beat the level. Just waiting for it to happen. I hope it happens soon. I'm just sitting here checking my watch. Have I beat the level yet? No. When is this bus gonna get here? When is the Umihara bus gonna get to the station? I've been waiting for hours. I need to hurry up and finish this level so I can do the really hard levels. Very hard. Uh-oh. Whoops. If I die in this guy a third time, I'm gonna reset the goddamn game. Abort. Gonna 100% this game. I don't care who tries to stop me. Even if my own hands try to stop me, I'm gonna still 100% the game. Neoprism is here. Hey, Neoprism, you're here. What's up? What's up? How's it going? Look, I'm on the same levels I was on last time you were here. Or I think every time you've been here. Still on them. Still haven't got that third completion. It's taking an incredibly long time for some mysterious reason. I'm just gonna keep... Were you the one who said, hey, next time you stream, you'll probably get it right away? Was that you, Neoprism? Because if so, you were wrong. And not only that, the next time I streamed for 2 more hours, still didn't get it. And now I've been streaming for just a half hour, but I still haven't got it right away. Is next time gonna be the stream? Am I gonna stream for 5 more hours and then next time is gonna be the stream where I get it right away? What do you think? Maybe I'll just never beat it again. Maybe I can beat this stage only twice in my life, and that's all I'm entitled to, and I'm never allowed to beat it again. Do you think that might be possible? Interesting idea. Cat. Oh, uh-oh, I'm dead. They chain comboed me. That's what I get for trying to jump over this stupid snail. So you know what? I'm gonna do it again. Is he there? No. If you just go right for this, then you don't actually have to do it then. Battery set. Leave the suffering and use save states. Like, use save states for what? What do you want me to use save states? Like, to practice? I've already done that. I've already done that in the PS1 version. I just wouldn't stream that because nobody wants to see that. I mean, like, not only have I used save states to practice these stages, but I've also gotten, like, at this point, 10 hours of real life practice. So I don't really need any more practice, to be honest. Like, I know all the strategies to get past. I just need to execute them. I don't know, I think it'd be a waste of time. I don't know. I mean, maybe I could, like, practice those final 2 tricks in this level. Maybe practicing them would give me the edge I need or something, but I don't know, I feel like I'm just gonna end up doing this. Maybe it'll help me, maybe there's, like, something I'm doing wrong I can help detect, but I don't know. I don't think that's gonna be the case, though. I don't see what I'm gonna do any different. I mean, I'll elaborate when I get back to that blue block. But there's a reason why I don't think there's anything else to be learned there. And maybe the final swing, but I think I just need to... With that, the main thing is just to make sure that I move to the left. It shouldn't be that hard to reach. It's just a timing thing. Like, that last jump, it's just timing, you know? I just have to... Just like with here, it's not that hard. And it's similar to also, like, in the last level in Field 13, when I'm making the big jump there. I have to time it so that my hook, I shoot it right as I'm lined up. It's the same thing here. And there as well, like, I found the way to, like, kind of bounce that's reliable. I always bounce with the exact same arc, and so that makes the timing easier. I just have to time it so that I shoot the hook. Like, my head is going to be right under the plates where I need to be, and all I have to do is just, like, shoot the hook with the right timing. And that's all it is. And it's just, the timing is a bit tight. So you're just going to mess it up sometimes. Until maybe you've done it, you know, thousands of times. That's all you can really do. But, like, I don't even need to practice it thousands of times, or I shouldn't, because I'm already getting it, like, 50 or 60% of the time. I mean, we could talk percents. Like, percentage-wise, I should have beat this level already, it seems. Except the only one I'm not sure about is that final big swing, though. Because how many times have I done that? I've only done it twice on stream, because both times I've made that, I've made it to the door. Yeah, I've only actually done that ever twice. How many times have I attempted it? Probably like 6 or 7. I think I'm like maybe 2 for 7 on that. So there could be a problem there. I don't know what it would be though. Like, alright, so like getting to this first one, I'm probably about 60% on that, I think. Like, I'm pretty good on hitting this. Maybe 50%. It's not that hard. Now getting to the second one, I don't know, maybe 40%? Like, I definitely mess it up a lot. All you can really do is just... I mean, the best thing to do, I think, max extend your line, and you just want to, like, kind of swing back and forth until you're angled up just right so you have enough room for a big swing. You kind of get the momentum going. And then big swing, and see it tends to swing you up so that your head bumps right into the corner, like the perfect spot. And then you even have like a little bit of leeway in terms of timing to throw the hook up. If you do it right. Like, if you overdo it, you can like kind of fling yourself too far in the wrong direction. But because that corner is there, you tend to flip into it. So that's why it's not actually that hard.
Hey, Lumps McCumps. What's up? This is the Steam version. It's not the PS1. I've been working on 100%ing the game. The Steam version has this map. There's a couple things. The Steam version has got all the levels. It's one of 2 versions, along with the DS that has all the levels. And the Steam version has the map. Which is handy for practice. Both versions are on PSX, original 2nd edition. The 2nd edition version on PS1 still does not have all the levels. There were certain levels that were added in a later version. I think maybe the DS version, actually, that are not in 2nd edition either. I'm pretty sure. The 2nd edition does add some levels, but like doesn't have all of them. And then I think the PSP version also doesn't have them all, but I'm not sure about that version either. Yep. How are you doing, Sir Lumps McCumps? Yeah, so this one is just the same as that first one, except this one's just a little bit harder to get into because the corner is a little bit farther. But in theory, I just needed like a real big swing. The timing's just a little bit tougher. And then I ended up overdoing it. I didn't get into the corner. I didn't get into the pocket there. That second one is just tougher. Just tougher. If I mess this up, like this particular attempt, and game over, maybe I will maybe I'll go back to the PS1 version real quick and do like a little tiny bit of practice or something. I can't really do that with the final 3 levels, though. Unless I use the DS version. Second edition. What does it say there, Neo Prism? You can just tell me. What levels are in the 2nd edition, specifically? Because I was reading the wiki, and it doesn't... See, when I was reading the wiki, I thought it didn't even actually say the specific levels. But I read somewhere that the DS version has added levels, though. You can continue from this level? Yeah, but if I do that, then I don't get the line. I don't get the solid line. No, so you've already talked about why, I mean, it would give me more attempts faster, but I gotta get the solid line. I gotta get that solid line. That's true 100% to me. So I'm not gonna do that. I mean, all that's gonna do is just make it take longer, which is fine. It can just take longer. It's worth it for the true 100%. Yeah, I don't need that kind of help. Like, it's not like, I mean, I'm not desperate to... I'm not so desperate to win that I'm gonna start, you know, contradicting my, my values. I mean, if I just wanted to 100% complete this game in some sort of way, I could just forget about the Steam version, and I could just do the original release of the PS1 version. I could just 100% that. And then, I don't know how many levels are actually in that, but I'm not sure if you have to you might not even have to complete this level 3 times. And I could forget that stages 56 through 58 even exist, right? That would make things a lot faster, but I don't know. Would a true Umihara Kawase master do that? No, they wouldn't. See? That's not being an Umihara Kawase superfan. We gotta be superfans. We can't just be normal fans. We gotta be superfans. We gotta put in the absolute full maximum effort and fully beat the game. That's what we have to do. That's what we want to do. So we're gonna do that. And it doesn't, you know, I hope it happens soon, that's all. I hope I beat this level today, that's all. Oh, I didn't expect to do that. I guess that works. Yeah, we're not cutting corners. We're putting in the full effort. If you want to see somebody cut corners, you can go to a different stream. Or you can watch me play Kirby the Forgotten Lands. Because I really did not feel like doing those extra stages. They just didn't seem fun. That came off that corner. But those extra stages were like a big disappointment. Oh, dude, oh. Yeah, dude, it's getting, man. What is my percentage on getting to that blue one has got to be really low. That's the issue, right? I mean, that and then the next jump as well. My percentage of getting to that blue block has got to be very low. It's got to be very low at this point. So I clearly need to practice that. One more attempt, and then I guess I'll do they say practice. We have to investigate that specific thing there. Maybe I just need to do it like 1,000 times so I can just burn it into my brain. Damn, I just thought I had it down because I thought I had it down good enough. How did I beat the level twice already? It just doesn't make any sense. It's really maybe it was in my brain and it's just not or something. Even though I feel like I'm doing the same thing. All right, let's get the PS1 version out real quick. It's just pretty weird. Okay. Windows Explorer has to load. Even though it's just showing me the files on my computer, it has to load. All right. Wow. Solid state drives. They're so fast. I guess it's probably not the solid state drive that's causing that issue. It's probably the external drives. The one external drive I have seems to just load really slow for some reason. The one with the biggest amount of space. I guess it's just the issue. That's just the cost of like having so much space on a drive. Oh, I don't want to use EPSXE actually. I don't want to do that. Duck Station. Duck Station, Rabbit Station. Duck Station, Rabbit Station. Duck Station, Rabbit Station. Duck Station, Rabbit Station. Rabbit Station. Duck Station, Rabbit Station. Duck Station. All right, you win. It's Duck Station.
Xing.
Why is it not on the screen? Xing. There's no Xing intro. See, the port is not perfect and they need the Xing intro. Dude, why isn't it on the stream? Oh, I have EPSC, but I don't have the Duck Station emulator on here. I do not have that. Wait. Don't you know it's very hard? It's very hard game. This is a fucking hard game. It's fucking brutally hard. You're gonna be destroyed by this game because it's really hard. You get rid of those black bars. I like that. There we go. Okay, how did you do save states in this emulator again? F. I want to accidentally save over my state. I think F1 loads and F2 saves. F1 loaded. What is this? And then how did I... Wait. Huh. Huh. The save states I made before are not even in here. How did that... Oh, wait, there they are. Oh, global slot. Oh, okay. So... F1 is still loaded. Alright, I'll just... I should probably keep that one. Actually, you know what? Wait. I'll just save over this one then. It's right here. F2 is the same. Okay. Alright, max extend the line. F2 is to save. Did I save it? Did I fuck it up? Yeah, wait. Yeah, that was the... Okay, yeah, that's the one. F1 is to load. There we go. Okay, so that seems pretty good. Oh, look! I made it the first try. What? Didn't make it that time. Why is it so easy now? What the fuck? Didn't get that time. Got it that time. What the hell? I just did it like 3 out of the last 5 times. See? Okay, not that time though. Notice, okay, just notice the swing. Maybe you don't necessarily have to have like that big of a swing. Or maybe, yeah, see that time I did what I've been doing like every time, which is to bump my head on the ice block. Why that? Why? What's the specific feeling of the timing of this? Like, right there? Why does that work sometimes and not others? There? This doesn't seem like it should be that hard. What the fuck? How have I not been doing this for 5 hours? It doesn't even make any sense. How have I not been doing this? How have I not been able to execute this? Not that hard. It's okay, it's kind of hard. There's kind of no consistency to it though. Hold on, let me just try something. If I just hold it down... I mean, it does... I guess it all depends on when you let go of the button. That's the key differential. Yeah, when you let go of the button. Which should be... I mean, you can really just... What is the exact spot where you let go of the button? What is the exact spot? So, like, there, I let go too late. So getting a big swing does not necessarily help you on this. Hey, Luigi Martin, what's up? You got your bold 42 line? You mean a line to 42? Oh, from 42 to 50? So you'll have to do it again. You died in 50. How did that happen, Luigi Martin? Wait, how could that have happened? The door from 50 to... Wait. The door from 50 to 30 is like right... Isn't it like... Well, oh yeah, you have to... Okay, yeah. I mean, let's say it's really easy to get from the door to... If you're just trying to... If you're doing it the first time, the door from 50 to 38... Or, I'm sorry, to 30. 50 to 30 is really easy to get to. And there's a 1-up right at the beginning, but... I mean, it's very similar to the 1-up at the beginning of the Super Nintendo one. But you could easily mess it up, I suppose. Yeah, because there's pits there. I mean, there's pits and there's enemies. You could easily mess it up. You're on your last life. I mean, I could even see that happening to me. But that sucks, though. Like, was that your first time, or are you going for the harder door? If you're going for the harder doors, like on your second or third time... Luckily, I've already done the hardest one. Like, I've done 50 to 51 to 52. 51 to 52 is probably... So now I just need to go from 50 to 51 to 47, which seems like it's going to be not so bad once I get there. You can do a short speed jump to have a smaller margin of error. Short speed jump? Wait, what are you talking about? I'm going to try it with you. Hold on. It just feels like you have the lowest margin for... Wait, I don't know what you mean, though. So like a deer in headlights with the fish coming out of the bucket? Oh. Yeah. That sucks. That sucks when that happens, huh? That sucks. Here, let's try to do this one, too. Let's see if we can do this first try. There we go. Looking like a really good place. Looking a good spot. I still think like it looks like you're supposed to like get yourself up there and hit that, but I don't know. That still doesn't seem easier to me. Maybe I should just try it one time again. See, because it's really easy to mess that up, you know? I don't know. I think that my strat is better for consistency, probably. See, this is not that hard. I'm just getting it. Like, I'm not getting it, like... I'm getting this, like, 40% of the time right now. In practice. Or something. Like, maybe 30%? But I'm at least getting it 1 out of every 3 times. And with that math, the last 5 hours of my playthrough just don't make any sense. It's just like I've been getting horrible luck. I mean, it is easier to mess up than the second step there, but... Yeah, it is easy to mess up. Alright, let's just practice it like a million times. Maybe there's like actually a more... Could there be like a more consistent way to do this, maybe? I gotta try to... Maybe I should hold on just a little bit longer. If you hold on too long, you bump your head in the ice block, and then you're fucked, so it's no good. I think you just have to do it by feel, and there's... It's just one of those ones that's... There's no easy way. There's just, like, no easy way to do this, I think. You just have to get good at doing this, and you just have to have the exact right... Not exact, but you have to just generally get the swing just about right, and it's just not going to be perfect. It's not going to be perfect. When you let go, the speed can vary depending on the length. If the speed is slower, there's less margin for error. Well, we want more margin for error. So you're saying... so you're saying have more speed? Here, let me try it. Now let me try it with my strat now. I bumped my head on the ice block. Didn't work. Oh well. You're saying you have more speed. Let me see if let me try it with more speed if I can. Not like that though. I don't see how more speed actually helps. It's it's kind of all about the angle here. You just have to get the angle right when you swing yourself up. The speed doesn't matter. You said less speed is a smaller margin for error. You do a short speed jump to have a smaller... We want more margin for error. Less is worse. The whole problem is that there's a small margin for error. Yeah, the buttons are different on this version, so I keep remember the buttons sometimes. See, it's not that hard to manipulate the hook there, and I haven't died doing that yet. Again, I should have just shot the hook up. Let's practice this a little bit. This spot. This, not that. This. Let's practice this a bit. Yeah, I was able to do it that time. Well, from here, it's like easy to get over there. Is that maybe? Should I switch to trying to do it that way? Or should I just keep doing that? Let me do it like a whole bunch. I got it that time. You did it right. Try to fit the hole in the ceiling to hook up. In theory, yeah, but do I really want to be doing that, though? Is the question. Or is this better? Well, you know what I could do? Is I could try to go for speed, but if I flip myself too high, I just have to, like, very quickly adjust and grab it above me, maybe. So in that way, like, kind of go for both. See, that time, we did it perfect. That time I did it perfect. So you don't even need to hook that in the top. But once in a while, I'm going to flip myself too high, and then I should go for it. I have to kind of react. Oh. I didn't retrieve my line until too late. Like there, but I didn't react fast enough. It's hard to react in time. Actually, if I flip myself like that, I'm not going to get it because I don't have enough height. You kind of have to flip yourself just right. Do it this way. I don't know. Let me try to do it the way they want you to do it now for like a few minutes. Let me just try it. See how it feels. Because when I was trying this before, it seemed really hard. But first try there. Because, like, that happens a lot. Got it there. Got it again. Didn't get it. Got it. Didn't get it. Didn't get it. Didn't get it. Got it. This all depends, like, it's very much like getting to the blue block. You just have to swing yourself at the correct angle. It's all about swinging yourself at the correct angle, which is just simply a matter of kind of getting a feel for the timing. But I guess it's really no different than, like, trying to swing yourself over like this. That's basically the same thing. That's also getting yourself just high enough that you don't hit your head on that ice block. Basically kind of the same thing. Kind of the same thing. It's just a different way of doing it. I really am not sure which is harder. I really don't know. Well, maybe this actually is easier because you need to control both speed and momentum to, like, make this jump to here. Let's try to get to that door. Should I change? Getting to the door is mostly pretty easy from here, but you can definitely screw it up. You can just do this to climb. And that works pretty well. And then from here, it's probably best to just try to power yourself up. Because if you do miss it, you can kind of just reset and start again. Pretty easily. And the issue, though, just becomes time once you get to this spot. There, see, it's like, it's not that hard. Every time I've gotten to there, I've made it in that door. The question is just how to do this last part. Which is actually easier? Maybe this is easier, doing it this way. I don't know, man. Plus, it looks, I mean, I don't know. It looks better, maybe, too. I mean, I'm showing how to properly play the level, I guess. The way the developers intended. You gotta swing up to there and grab the thing between the ice blocks. But you just, man, it's so easy to bump your head on the right-hand ice block. It's so easy to do that. I don't know. I really don't know. Like, they're both hard. Neither one is very easy. But you know what is odd, though? Is now that I'm practicing this again, you can see that, like, my percentage for doing either of these is not bad. Like, in fact, hooking between these two ice blocks here, I even did it on the first try. And, like, doing the big swing to get across, like this, I did that on the third try. Although I'm not doing it very often now. Yeah, maybe this just is harder. I think my percentage for doing this on the actual level is something like 2 out of 7 or 2 out of 8. It's not very good. I got it there. So I don't know. Yeah, maybe, it does seem like in practice, my percentage for getting to this is better. It does seem like that, I have to admit. I might want to switch that up and start doing this instead. I'm missing it some of the time, but it feels like I almost have about a 50% chance of getting this. So, honestly, pretty good. Better than I thought. Like, it's not that hard. You just need kind of a big swing, and then get as much forward momentum as you can. It's not that, and then once you get that, you pretty much have it. Like, the timing of throwing the hook, as long as you don't bump your head on the ice block, is easy. If you do bump your head on the ice block, it's like impossible anyway. You just don't have the height. And you get knocked down too quickly. Yeah, dude, I'm getting this a lot. That's kind of part of the problem then. This strat of launching myself over, I think that's actually harder. Now that I practice this some more. It's actually, yeah, it's actually a little bit harder to do this. I mean, it's not that bad either, but obviously my percentage of doing this is like way lower. Okay, but when it comes to this blue block though, I don't know. I really don't know. I'm doing it in practice about like what I thought. It's a little bit harder to get than to get to the second block, but I should be doing it. I should be getting it like at least 1/3 of the time, I would think, based on this practice. I don't understand why I'm not. It just has to be really bad luck. Or unless you want to call it like nerves or just choking. But I mean, I should be getting it. It just doesn't make any sense. Bad skill luck. It's really bad skill luck. It's not that hard to get up here. I don't think I need to practice anymore. See, the thing is that I can kind of see now that the way I should be doing that final step is different. But the thing that's been stopping me from completing this level has largely been getting to that blue block. That's the funny thing. And in practice, I don't understand why that would be. It's just bad luck. It's just bad luck. I just for some reason, I just don't ever execute it. It's just bad luck. It's just sometimes you just don't execute. Or, I mean, there's no such thing as luck in life per se, but, essentially, like, I can't really, it's like bowling, it's like if I were, it's like if, if I were a pretty good bowler and then all of a sudden I had like 10 games in a row where I'm never getting any strikes. It's kind of like that. Maybe my body has just forgotten how to get a strike. But based on that practice, that doesn't seem like it should be the case, should it? Because I was getting that pretty consistently. So, I don't know, it just doesn't make any sense. Alright, well. It really doesn't feel like I need to practice anymore. It really doesn't feel like it. I was getting it way too consistently in practice. The thing that is the problem part. I mean, if I really wanted to be thorough, I could sit there and do that for like another hour. But that just doesn't seem like it should be necessary. So I'm just gonna make more attempts. We have to get it any time now. Maybe that practice put me in the right mindset, and I'm just gonna do it right away now. Could be. Let's get it done. It's actually very hard. It's very hard. Very hard. Very hard. Don't you know it's very hard game. You know what? Just for fun, let's go for the one up down here. Just for a change of pace.
Just for a change of pace, let's go get this one up. I don't even care if I die trying to get it or whatever. Let's just get it. And then maybe we can, like, get to field 42 with 10 lives. For the first time ever. That would be fun. Alright, getting up this one is the hard one, I think. A little bit tricky. Getting up this step right here is the whole reason why... Oh, I almost had it there. This is the whole reason why I don't usually do this. Ah, there we go, I did it. Okay. Hey, look, there's the ladder anyway. Now. Alright. Looks like we're all set to get 11 lives for the first time in one of these runs. I'm sure I've probably had that at some point in my Umihara Kawase Shun career, but I don't even remember that. I don't know what route would have the most one-ups. That might be a fun run to do of these games, is find the route that has the most one-ups and just go for having the most amount of lives possible on the counter. There you go, 11 lives. Oh, that's not how I usually do that. It's gonna jump it, it's fine. Ooh, wow, perfect. Let's protect our precious 11 lives. We want to get to field 42 with the 11 lives. Can we do it? Can we first try this level? Oops. Didn't protect him. Oh well. We cannot. We cannot do that. Too bad. We still have a lot of lives. It's fine. Good try. I've already been to field 42 with 10 lives twice. That's happened twice. Gotta love it when the fish perfectly blocks your line, so that you end up grabbing the fish instead of the cliff. Gotta love it when that happens. It's always funny. I tend to, if my line is too long, I do tend to overshoot it. I should probably reset in that case as well. Save, preserve the line. A little too short. I'm gonna reset. I'm gonna wait for a middle length line. Or I could try to correct it, maybe. Short. Oh, I corrected it though. Well, maybe it needed to be a little bit longer. Whoops. Sometimes you just make mistakes in life. Umihara Kawase Shun is kind of a metaphor for life, because you know what? Sometimes you make mistakes. Sometimes you make mistakes. And there's a lot of fish in your way. Oh, perfect, perfect. I even like shortened my line there a little bit because it was a little long, so I shortened it and it looked good. And I went ahead and went for it, and I was absolutely perfect with the momentum. Sometimes in life, you get it perfect. Sometimes, once in a while, you just get it perfect. Here we go. Step 2. Got it. Big step 3. Now for real, we try to get to the blue block. Will we make it after our practice? Nope, we will not. Failed attempt at getting to the blue block, number 1. Failed attempt number 1. I don't care about anything except getting to that blue block now. That's the only thing my mind cares about. Step 1. Missed. Step 1. Hit. Step 2. Miss. Oops. What's that? Streamable? HP 45. What's that? What's that, Luigi?
There's your win. Let's take a look at the Luigi strats. Huh? Looks very similar to what I do. Is he gonna do the same thing? Well, I mean, yeah, go up to there. Yeah, sure. Oh, looks good. Oh, you go to there, huh? Yeah, I like the way I do it, though. I actually feel like it's pretty consistent. Going to that first step. I like my strat for it, but... that seems... Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. So you've got a different thing going on for this. You do this. You, like, whip yourself and then grab diagonally backwards, huh? Somehow I just don't feel like... That just doesn't look easier. There's different ways to do it, though. Man, it seems tough. You've been kind of doing this differently. Oh, not really, I guess. See, getting up to this ice block from here, I don't usually have trouble with. Oh, you actually don't like... Oh, you actually, like... You 100% confirm it by, like, making sure you grab it before you let go of the hook, huh? I guess you could do that. Seems to make it take a long time. You bother to get the 1-up? You don't get the 1-up. Wow. I mean, I would get the 1-up. Worth it. You're gonna go for the in-between? Oh, I see. I mean, getting over there from there is, like, not hard. Yeah. Let's see, what do you do here? I really like my strat for, like, climbing up I think it's super reliable. But you do something different. And I guess you can just flip yourself up there too. But I feel like what I do to climb is really easy and reliable, though. So you're kind of doing something. You're trying to do it, like, you're definitely doing that differently. I think you should try out my strat for climbing this little part. I think it's really good. Too bad you've only ever gotten to see it on stream, like, twice, aside from my practice. And then from here, yeah, you just do the same thing. Okay, I can't close this now. Good close. A grave mistake not getting that backpack. You should take the backpack. Every life is precious. It's not that... I mean, the only problem with getting the backpack is if you kind of get unlucky and get stuck in there, you can waste a lot of time off of a potentially good attempt. And then, like, the last part, time can be an issue. So it's not necessarily like a free life. Like, it does kind of cost you a little bit. But it shouldn't really cost you that much time unless you kind of get unlucky, though, because, like, it's not that hard to flip back up. And overall, it generally shouldn't cost you that much time. But once in a while it kind of does, though. I still think it's worth going for. Like, I would say, if for some reason you just, like, got to that part and you're short on time, I would definitely not get it, though. I would say that. Double taking that strategy? Oh, yeah. You saw what I was doing, right? To climb that? Hopefully I can show it off again soon once I get there, which will hopefully happen this stream. But yeah, definitely just simply like all you have to do is just keep throwing the line straight up and you'll climb little by little. And if for some reason like your head gets totally stuck in one spot and you can't get any higher, then you just kind of shake yourself up a little bit and then just throw it up again. And it'll work all the way up to kind of the corner. You just have to be careful on the corner, I think, to not accidentally shoot up, like to accidentally miss the corner and then, you know, fall straight to your death. But aside from that, at least getting to the corner is like completely free. It's just a free way to climb that essentially doesn't rely on timing at all, or like any kind of technique. And you gotta take that, and you can get that. Especially at that part where it's so hard to even get there. I mean, like, the actual flipping of yourself up, though, I'm not too worried about that. Like, if I can get to that part, it's definitely possible to mess it up, but I'm not too worried, because I think I'm pretty consistent at that. Like, the actual flipping of yourself up and to the door is, it's a little bit tricky. But the good thing about that part is that you can screw it up and then just land on the ice and then easily be able to try it again, like any number of times. That's why the only issue there is basically just time for the most part. Unless, I think the only real issue there, like the way in which you're going to probably get unlucky would be if as you're climbing the diagonal part, the ceiling, you end up kind of like overshooting the corner by a little bit and then missing that, and then you might end up falling straight to your death. I could see that happening. But aside from that, I think those strats are all really safe, and the only thing that you have to worry about is time. And, you know, so even if you miss flipping yourself up to the door, you should land on the step, and you should be able to try again, in theory. It's not too hard. The hard part is just getting there. First try, look at that. First try. I forgot to go for that other one up, but we still have all of our 10 lives here. First try, dude. There we go. Unless the shark kills me. Oh, whoa! He almost killed me. Wait, I got him. Okay, I didn't have to dodge that. I got him. I knew I had that. Alright, third time getting to field 42 with 10 lives. It's my third time. I've been doing this field for so much. It's my third time getting here with 10 lives. That's how much I've been doing this stupid field. Oops, didn't get enough momentum. I don't know why that I keep like missing this jump here. Does this little slope here eat your input once in a while? It kind of feels like it. Maybe, I don't know. But that's happened surprisingly a lot of times. Slipping there and like going into the pit. Oh man. And then that happens occasionally. That's like never happened. I've never like not killed that fish there. I swear that's never happened to me one single time until now. Usually I'm kind of careless on this part because like no matter how I flip myself up, for the most part I can catch myself, but except that's not really true. I have messed it up before. But usually like when I'm paying attention, I don't. I've done this a little too much. I can't be bothered to like go slow on those parts. Just can't be bothered. And I can't be bothered to go slow there either, because usually as long as you flip yourself a little bit, it doesn't really matter the angle or anything. You can always, I mean, most of the time you can grab that. Unless you really fuck it up, which I have done multiple times, but still. You can be bothered to go slow there. Alright, step 1 has been completed. We're now on step 2. Oh! Just threw the hook a little tad bit too early. Should have had it, but threw it a little too early, I guess. Oh, I wasted another life there. It's wasted lives add up. It sucks. Okay, I mean, I just, I can't be bothered to not go fast. Fuck it. I'm not gonna be extra patient. I'm just gonna do this. I don't care. It shouldn't matter. We should finish this like any time now. Ooh. So my strat for this first part, or my strat for the steps, I don't know if you like yours better, but at least for this first step, if you do this and then just walk off from here, you just have to throw the hook straight up, and I just feel like the timing is pretty easy to get down. And I feel like I've usually been making this more often than not. And then that, sometimes you screw it up, but if you just max extend the line and flip yourself up like that, more often than not, your head tends to go right in the corner, and then it's really easy to hook it. But this third one, the blue one, in theory, like in practice, the same strat still works, but just not as often. Like, I would say I'm hooking the second step about a half the time. But the third one in practice, I was getting like maybe about 1/3 the time. It still should be a high enough percentage that if I just keep doing this, I should get it, though. So, I'm gonna keep... I really don't think anything else is gonna be more consistent. Oh. I'm gonna keep doing it. The same thing in practice was working. I'm gonna keep doing it. It was working. Unless, like, maybe the Steam version has slightly different mechanics from that are just so... There's such a, like, a very subtle difference that I'm not noticing somehow. I don't think so. Anyway, I doubt that was gonna be. I don't know. It's just bad luck. I was doing it in practice. Alright, so that's, what is that? Like, that's like the third time now I've missed that, or was it the second time? I think it's the third time now that I've missed that blue block, since we did the practice. Where I was getting it in like 1 out of every 3 times. That's 3 misses so far on the blue block. Step 1 we got again. Step 2 we got again. 4th try on the blue block. Got it! Finally I got the blue block on the 4th try. Finally. Finally. Oh my god. Now can we complete the rest of it? I'm getting the goddamn 1-up though. We have plenty of time. Okay, we escaped the little pit trap there very quickly. Okay, and then we gotta do some hook manipulation. I've never failed on this before. Alright, is that... Okay, I'm gonna say that's probably far enough. I'm gonna actually try the new strat of going for the in-between. I'm gonna try it for the first time ever. Didn't get it! Hit my head on the ice block. I didn't get it! I was getting that in practice like about half the time as well. Didn't get it that time though. The curse! I am like the Red Sox of Umihara Kawase. I'm cursed. I'm cursed like the Red Sox. Or the Cubs. I guess, wait, probably more like the Cubs these days. I'm cursed. I've got the Umihara curse. I've got the Field 42 curse. Break the curse. We're gonna do it. We're gonna break it this time. Hi, Mr. Leo. Welcome to Cursed Umihara Kawase. Didn't get the first step there. I shot it the wrong way. I did finish Kirby last night, yeah. I did finish Kirby. Oh, man. Oh, that's death. I died. Okay. I've never died on this fish like that before. I guess I should just drag him down like this every time from now on. You gotta eliminate these, like, wastes of life. And I should swing like one extra time there just to really... 6 for 10? Yeah, I gave it a 6 out of 10. You know what? I was able to try the extra stages. The secret world. I was able to... I mean, you're able to get to it really easily. You don't have to unlock it, which is nice. But the secret world kind of sucks. I'm kind of bored with it. I wouldn't say... I mean... Yeah, you know what? At times I was kind of bored with it. At times I was, but the level design was cool enough that I wouldn't say I was overall bored with it. Like, there was enough cool stuff in it that I generally enjoyed it. For the most part. But I will say, I was kind of hoping that those secret stages would be cool, but they sucked. The secret stages were a big letdown. I was hoping for, like, you know, when I heard there was like a bonus difficult world, I was hoping for like some kind of, you know, extra fun challenge levels, which there were, you know, there was some stuff like that in Mario 3D World and Mario 3D Land had some stuff like that. That was really fun. Some challenge like Mario Galaxy's got stuff like that. But you know what they were though? They were just simply. They just simply, washed out the color scheme of the normal stages, and it's just the same normal stages again. But now you have to hunt for, like, parts of Leo's soul. Mr. Leo, you weren't... That's right, we were joking around because the final boss is named, like, Leongar, and he was, like, a big lion. Did you see that at all? You didn't see that, did you, Mr. Leo? I mean, the penultimate boss. The final boss is kind of like a Pokemon looking... He looks like Mewtwo, kind of. But, yeah, you're in the game, Mr. Leo. You're in the game. We had a good time, making Leo jokes. I wish you had, been able to experience with that with us. But that was pretty funny. And then, so we fight Mr. Leo, and then there's like he becomes like a biohazard. He becomes like a slime Leo that chases you down a corridor, like reminiscent of like Resident Evil 2. You became a slime Leo. And then you fight like the ultimate Pokemon as the final boss, which actually was a really fun fight and had a semblance of difficulty. It actually seemed kind of like a little bit difficult at first, although on the third try I found out that the needle power absolutely destroys him. So, it could be that part of the reason why he seemed kind of hard the first 2 times was that I was using not fully leveled up powers, because I'd completely forgotten to gone back to the shop in the last 2 worlds. Although my needle power was not leveled up either, but apparently the needle power just destroys him.
But yeah, the final worlds is just like a big disappointment. Like it's just, it seems like basically no new content. It's just like it's just the same worlds, but now you have to like now they're like the shadow versions, and like the enemies are a little tougher. But the levels kind of seem the same, and then you just have to like do a collectathon and collect all the pieces of Leo's soul, and then you get to fight like a remixed version of all the same bosses. And then there's like a new secret final boss, but it's not new. It's just like it's just a remix of the Leo boss again. And then you fight like a remix of Meta Knight. And I don't know. Just it seemed really boring and tedious. And it was getting late, and I was not going to do a 4th stream for that. So, you know what? Honestly, like, thinking about it now, I kind of soured a little bit on the game, and I'm probably going to lower my rating to a 5, actually. For Kirby. I think I'm going to lower my rating to a 5. For Kirby, Forgotten Lands. I don't know. The final world kind of soured me on the game a little bit. But it's not a bad game, but it's just, I don't know. Yeah, it's just kind of, to me, it's just kind of really flawed. Whoops. How's it going, Space Kitty Face? I'm so glad I played through it, though. The next Switch game we're going to play is going to be Metroid Dread. That should be interesting, because people seem to really like that game, but it might be different for most people. I'm really not sure what I think of the soundtrack of that game. Really not sure. Oh, Metroid Dread? I understand. I get it. I understand. Yeah, I'm getting hungry. Like Bubsy 3D. I played Bubsy 3D on stream before. Space Kitty Faces before your time. Played it. I mean, I didn't beat it, but I played it for a few hours, though. Played it for a few solid hours. I think that was somebody's subscriber request. Or a viewer request or something. Yeah, Bubsy 3D is actually kind of an interesting game. It's bad, but it is very ambitious. It's just a very early 3D game, is all. You're sorry to hear that? No, listen, you should try to play Bubsy 3D. Everybody should play Bubsy 3D. Learning experience. Because it is kind of interesting. It's interesting bad, at least. I would play it again. But then again, I would also play Superman 64 again, too. Because, like, I don't have any problem with playing bad games. It's not like, I don't know, like, it's not like playing a bad game, like, is painful or anything. It's actually kind of fun. I think it's fun to play bad games in small doses. What really makes bad games not fun to play is if you're doing like some kind of project and you have to beat them, like RGG, for example, then that can become unfun quickly, I think. But I think playing bad games is investigating bad games is pretty fun. If they're interesting bad. Like stuff like Superman 64 and Bubsy 3D are like they're kind of more interesting bad. The worst kind of bad game to play is just something that's extremely bland or boring, like a lot of modern games. And those I find painful to play. But bad early 3D games are usually pretty interesting. I play all the Mega Man X games. I realized that means you play Mega Man X7. If you have to beat it, yeah, I want to play Mega Man X6 and 7 and 8. I want to play all those, but I've never actually tried any of those. I'm going to play all those at some point. I think some people have told me that like Mega Man X8 is actually underrated, and nobody just gave it a chance because of Mega Man X6 and 7, I guess. And also because it was like, I don't remember exactly, but Mega Man X7 and X8 both try to do like a lot of 3D stuff, which nobody really wanted for Mega Man X, of course, for obvious reason. But I think people have told me, or some people have told me that like it's actually underrated, X8. See, you never tried it before either. So I would definitely be curious to try that. But I also want to try X7 to see, like, of course, to see what it's like. I've watched playthroughs of people doing X5 and X6. X4 is amazing. I remember playing through X4 on a rental. I know I rented X4 and played through it, but I did not remember it too well. And when I watched somebody play X4 again recently, it's shocking how good X4 is. I did not remember it being so good. X4 seems amazing. X5 and X6, though, seem kind of really, like, shockingly bad. X6 is kind of weird, because X5, quality-wise, the stages are the stage design of X5 is shockingly bad. But X6, the stage design seems much more interesting, but they did some really weird things to make it much more difficult, which, I don't know, nobody seems to like at all. But I wonder how I would feel about it, because I like difficult things. I don't know. 5 was last time you played? Yeah. Anyway, I'm pretty curious to like try all of those games for myself, because I can never tell how I'm going to feel about a game based on how other people are going to feel. I'm too unique. I just have to try a game. I mean, I go based, like, primarily, if I'm, like, to decide whether I'm going to like a game or not, I mostly just trust my eyes. Like, more than reviews or people's stories. Like, I think I learn more about whether I'm going to like a game or not by just simply looking at it than based on what people say about games. Because my opinions, because I can just, I don't know, like, I just have enough experience with games. Usually, I can tell a lot about a game by watching somebody play it. Sometimes there are games where the gameplay is just not how you think it's going to be, and you really have to try playing it yourself. Oh man, I felt like I was going to have that there. But a lot of times, that's not the case. A lot of times, once you've played a lot of video games and you have a lot of experience, a lot of times you can really tell how you're, like, how you think you're going to feel about a game from watching it is pretty much how you're going to feel. And of course, like, the visuals and music, which is a big part of it, I mean, you don't have to play it to know how you feel about that. Although, if you're, like, watching a playthrough, like a long play, or if you're watching, like, a stream of a game sometimes, probably you're not paying as much attention to it as you would be if you were playing it for real, though. So there is that, but of course, you don't need to play the game yourself to judge aesthetics, which is a huge part of games, I think. Certainly for me, probably for a lot of people. I think that people kind of confuse that a lot of times because there's kind of the mantra of you shouldn't judge a game by graphics, you should judge it by gameplay. But people kind of confuse that because graphics and aesthetics are kind of two different things. Or I guess you could say graphics is one of those words that's very wishy-washy in terms of what it means. I mean, really, graphics should mean everything about how a game looks, but a lot of times people just kind of use it to mean technical aspects more so than aesthetics. So really, it's probably best to use those words separately, like graphics and aesthetics. But nobody says aesthetics because it sounds pretentious. I'm the only one who would say that, pretty much. So people just say graphics, but, you know. But if graphics means, like, technical aspects of a game, like how realistic it looks and, like, you know, it's FPS and stuff like that, then it makes sense.
that you shouldn't judge games by graphics. But if graphics means aesthetics, then you absolutely should judge games by, like, aesthetics matter. Like, you know, technical aspects of graphics, I do think, you know, games shouldn't be judged by. Well, I mean, they should, but people do tend to overvalue those. So that's kind of what people really mean. I think that when people say things like, you shouldn't judge a game by graphics, you should judge it by gameplay, what they really mean is they're responding to how many people kind of get hung up on the tech of games. I think that's what they're really responding to. It's just that the words that we use to describe these things are unfortunate sometimes, that the meanings kind of get lost. And because of that, people don't talk about aesthetics enough. Or art design. People will, I mean, art design, I guess, maybe is a better way to say it. I kind of like aesthetics because it incorporates everything about the visuals into one word. Whereas art design doesn't necessarily do that, but you could also just, like, more people will say art design, though. It does sound less pretentious. You ever tried to play this with touchscreen? It's another level of difficulty. Yeah. I don't know why you'd want to play this with touchscreen. That doesn't sound like a good idea. Outcry. Oh, I fucked. I'm gonna reset. I fucked that up. Outcry with Alan Wake's a part of one background with smaller resolution. Yeah. Like, there's still like a large segment of like the gaming public that like little technical aspects of the game like that and things like frame rate and loading times, they put huge importance on that, like way overemphasized importance on stuff like that, and just realism in general. And I don't know if you've ever noticed this, but even among people that you wouldn't think about as necessarily being like really heavily into tech of games, there's this tendency I've noticed for people to kind of describe realism in terms of beauty when it comes to like modern games. Like when a modern game looks like really, really realistic, people have a tendency to describe that as like, oh, look how beautiful it looks, right? It's like the words that we use. A GameCube or Super Nintendo controller? Probably Super Nintendo. I'm using the Wii U Pro controller. I'm a big fan of this controller. I like it way better than the Switch Pro, and I like it better. I like the PS4 controller as well. I haven't tried PS5. It's pretty similar anyway. But PS4 controller is good too, but I like this a little bit better. I like the analog stick placement is actually very interesting, having them on the tops like this. I like this symmetrical. I really don't like asymmetrical analog stick placement. I just find it to be weird. Don't really get why people like it. And also, like, this controller is like really light. I think I'm not really a good judge of like ergonomics. Like, ergonomics is like a really big thing in controller design that people talk about that just kind of goes in one ear to me and out the other. But like, it fits my hand just fine. But then again, like, to me, it's kind of overblown because I spent half my gaming life using NES and Super Nintendo controllers. And those are just like rectangles, basically, that you hold. So like, the whole ergonomics, and like, basically the Super Nintendo controller fixed the one problem with NES controllers, which is that the corners on long gameplay sessions would dig into your hands. And you know, I noticed that too, it's annoying. Super Nintendo controllers are round. There, problem fixed. And basically, as far as I'm concerned, there have been no advancements in controller technology. Like, that was it. All you needed was rounded corners. Super Nintendo controller is fine. It has absolutely no ergonomic design whatsoever, and it's fine. You can play it for long sessions. This whole thing about, like, controllers fitting your hands, to me, I don't know. I mean, everybody's got their own preferences, but I feel like it's just one of these things that's like a little bit of maybe Emperor's New Clothes kind of thing, where it's just like, it sounds right. Like, oh yeah, of course a controller should fit your hands. Yeah, that sounds good. I want a controller to fit my hands. But in practice, really, does it really matter? Because to me, it feels like it really doesn't matter if the controller is perfectly shaped to fit your hands or not. It seems to make no difference. I honestly don't understand how it's different. Why are ergonomics good? It's a mystery to me. But it sounds like it should be good, right? Like, is it really good? Like, do people really like the way that feels better? Or is it like a placebo thing? You know what I mean? You can't tell somebody how they feel, so I mean, it's not my business to say to accuse someone that like that's just placebo, but I can't help but suspect that though, because I just don't. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm the weird one, and you know what? Probably it is, because I am definitely weird. So I'm probably just the weird one. Ergonomics are probably good, and it probably really benefits people. Probably. I just can't help but suspect a little bit it might be kind of placebo. Because, you know why? Because all the people like in the retro community use everybody uses Super Nintendo controllers, and I don't ever hear anybody complaining about Super Nintendo controllers. Like, oh man, the Super Nintendo controllers are really hurting my hands. I never, ever, 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 ever hear anybody say that. Man, I wish I could get my Xbox controller back. These Super Nintendo controller, it's so hard on my hands, it just doesn't fit them. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure somebody has said it at some point, but I just don't ever hear that, right? I don't know. Am I crazy? Am I crazy, guys? Let me know. Let me know in the chat if I'm crazy or not. I don't know. Ergonomics, I don't know. Nobody ever talks about that, though. I don't know. I think that's interesting to think about. Nobody ever talks about, like, whether ergonomics are bullshit or not. It's just something that, like, in the gaming press and, like, the gaming world, people just accept. But, yeah, I don't know. It's always struck me as, like, kind of weird. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's just my personality to kind of just, like, be an outside-of-the-box kind of thinker, I guess. Maybe I just kind of like being a nonconformist. You know. People tend to, like, label that as, you know, like, being, like, a hipster, like, being different for the sake of being different. But, I don't know, it could be, like, a little bit of truth to that, but I think I'm actually just different, though. When it comes down to it, I'm just different. And that's okay, you know? It's supposed to be okay to be different these days. So it's supposed to be okay. But, I don't know, I mean, like, a lot of times when people, like, say things like, hey, you be you, oh, it doesn't really feel that way. It feels, a lot of times it just feels like lip service. I wish it really did feel that way. Not that it, I mean, but it's fine. It's not something that actually really bothers me, because I'm an independent spirit anyway. And it's like a subtle thing. It's like, if people, you know, it's not like it's not like I've been tarred and feathered. If people are, if there's just like that hint, there's just kind of that hint of insincerity when people like say things like, you should be yourself, you be you. Like, in the end, stuff like that doesn't really matter. You shouldn't care about things like that much, because it's making a mountain out of a molehill. You should, in other words, it's the old adage, you shouldn't sweat the small stuff. We do tend to sweat the small stuff a lot these days, don't we? And then we wonder why everybody has anxiety. But yeah, no, I really try to not sweat small stuff, and I feel like that might be one reason why I generally, like, don't, like, I'm fairly happy in life and don't really feel anxiety. I felt like I was gonna get it that time. I'll think about that. Yeah. Everyone who ever said it's okay to be different was relatively normal. Play my Nintendo 64. When they say it's okay to be different, they mean it's okay to be hurling or hate Mozart. Yeah. I mean, you know, that's, yeah. That's always going to be the true within reason, because, like, you can always imagine ways of being different, like, that wouldn't be acceptable. But, like, you know, putting aside, like, whether you, are a serial killer, because, you know, it's never going to be okay to be different in terms of, like, I like to kill people. Putting that aside and, like, certain things like that, yeah, you know, it would be nice if people actually really were more open-minded, you know? Whoever said it's hip to be square was probably hip or square. It must be nice. You get anxiety when you're streaming and someone new joins your chat and tries to talk to you. Well, you're not alone. According to statistics, you're the normal one, and I'm the one who's not. Like, not having anxiety means that you're not normal by definition these days. In fact, as far as, like, the whole anxiety thing goes, well, I mean, I think there's, like, a lot of... I can kind of understand it, because I feel like there's, like, a lot of good reasons to have anxiety these days. But I do also think that there is a part of it that is kind of, social pressure. I think that people don't want to admit this, but... And I could be wrong as well. I could just simply be wrong. But I think that among many circles, especially like internet circles and like nerd circles and whatever, if you say, I feel good, I'm happy, I don't have anxiety or something like that, I feel like people look at you funny. Because there's this assumption that it's normal to have anxiety. You know what I mean? And if you don't, it's not that... If you like say, no, I'm doing fine, I don't feel anxiety. If you say that, there's sort of this, like, you know, it's like, okay, alright. It's kind of like that, where it's like, yeah, maybe, you probably just aren't admitting it. You know what I mean? Just that kind of subtle thing, where if you don't say, I have anxiety, well, you're probably just not admitting it. Do you know what I mean, or am I crazy? It's like, so in other words, but I mean, like, that's not to say that, like, people are pretending or whatever, but I think there's this little subtle thing where it's like, and maybe things like that get, like, sort of influence people, like, it doesn't, I don't think anybody's, like, faking having anxiety, but I think that maybe people might be doing is allowing themselves to, like, sort of, like, dig into their own issues, like, more than they maybe need to, and start making mountains out of those molehills and, like, things like that. Like, for example, like, when I was just talking about, like, being different, right? My viewpoint is that, like, you know, you should embrace being different, and you shouldn't really sweat. Like, if people are kind of, like... If you feel like people aren't really on your side, or just, like, these little things, you should just let that go. Because, like... So, like, my philosophy is, little things you should let go. But... it's so easy to have the opposite philosophy. You know? It's so easy to make mountains out of molehills. Because then you can have your issues, and you can, like... It's a way of sort of, like... getting people to... It's a way of being noticed. There's, like, a lot of things about it. It's like, it's a way of being noticed. It's a way of getting attention. And it feels really good, too, to, like... I don't know. I mean, but... It's more than just that. Dude, there's a lot of good... To being fair and, like, taking the other viewpoint on it, I think there are a lot of really good reasons to, like, feel anxiety these days, too. But, you know, it's hard to say how much of it is just philosophy and viewpoint, like, different, like, or mindset. I guess mindset is the best word. Hard to say. I feel like most people who stream actually want to get popular. I don't know, I mean, I don't know if you said you feel anxiety when someone new joins your chat. But, you know, like, the thing about that is, you said you feel anxiety when people... When you're streaming and someone new joins your chat. So I'm imagining that, like, you probably... you know, you don't really have that many people in your chat, right? Like, you probably have, like, relatively small numbers, so... Or maybe you're, like, new to... I don't know if you're new to streaming or not, but maybe you're, like, relatively newer to streaming. What I would say about that is that to me, that sounds extremely normal, right? Because that's just the... No, you're just unpopular? Well, no, I mean, put that aside. Whether you're... It's not... I mean, it doesn't really matter whether you're unpopular. Honestly, on Twitch, getting popular... I mean, some people take to it more naturally than others. But getting popular is largely just about putting the work in. Nobody starts out popular. Well, virtually nobody. Like, the people who do start out popular are either just very lucky, or, you know, they're very beautiful or something. You know, they just have, you know. But most people don't, so that's not abnormal either. But putting that aside, that doesn't really matter, right? For whatever reason. If you're just, like, new to streaming, like, everybody starts out that way. You know what that is? That's just the pool effect, you know? That's just getting in the pool. Like, that's being new to the water. And not being used to it, you know? Doing anything, like, being new to anything, especially, like, I think streaming can be, like, kind of intimidating because there's, like, a lot to worry about. And then, so, like, there's the actual skill set of streaming is actually kind of hard. People underestimate, like, how difficult streaming can be. Because it depends on what kind of games you're playing. But playing video games can be kind of hard in the first place, depending on what games you're playing. And then on top of that, talking to people, like doing this kind of content, because it's one-sided talking, is a little bit like doing a radio show. But, like, that can be hard on its own. And then when you combine those things, it's a hard skill set. Like, it takes practice. So that's a completely, like, it's gonna be challenging for anybody. Like, anybody. Some people, like, you know, there's gonna be certain kinds of people maybe who, like, sort of take more naturally to, like, the radio aspect of it. And then some people will take more naturally to, like, the gaming aspect of it. And some people just might be better at multitasking. But overall, it's just one of those things that's just going to get better with practice. So you're not going to start out good at it. And, you know, it's a performance. It's like performing. So, of course you would, like, you would get, like, a little bit of nervous energy. And it's probably better to call it nervous energy than anxiety. Of course you're going to get some of that nervous energy when, like, somebody comes into your stream and you're, like, not feeling confident yet. You just gotta, and so you just gotta build up confidence. You just have to, like, if you want to seriously, like, you know, get into streaming more, this applies to everybody. You just have to, like, do it enough to where you build up confidence to do it. You know, I have a particular kind of weird personality where the confidence aspect for me was never a problem. Like, I kind of started out confident. But most people are not that way. Some people, you know, I don't know if I necessarily started out good at it, but I think I started out, like, reasonably confident at it. But even I still remember, like, in, like, my first year of streaming, though, like, some of those early streams when I was, like, streaming, like, stuff like Bloodborne, and so many streams I would just have, like, nobody in the chat. And, you know, I tried to just have, like, a healthy attitude about it, like, where it's just, like, you know, I'm just doing this to, like, have the video. It's essentially just a glorified way of recording my gaming footage, and that's cool to have. But yeah, it's a little bit depressing when you're, like, doing those streams and, like, nobody's there. And then, you know, and then, like, maybe somebody enters your stream, like, some new person, like, hey, how's it going? You try to be, like, friendly with them, and they, like, kind of hang out for a little bit. Oh, dude, I finally hit the blue block again. Been a half hour since I hit this. Alright, we got an attempt going. What is this? Like, it feels like about... Camera's it? Oh. Oh, okay. That's just a typical OBS disconnect. Alright, this is typical OBS disconnect. It happens sometimes. I'm worrying about that. Anyway, that was some interesting talk. Let's put that on hold for a second. Because we got another real attempt going here. Never been too concerned about getting popular? Yeah, I don't know if it's necessarily... I mean, of course it would be nice. Like, I can't say it wouldn't. I wouldn't enjoy being popular. Like, I think I would enjoy being popular because there's things. The thing that I would like about being popular is primarily getting to like take my my gaming experience and kind of bring it to like a larger audience of people, and like, you know, like these kind of like niche games that I like. I'd love to like bring attention to like some of these games to like a larger audience. So yeah, I would like to be popular, but I'm also satisfied doing this. I'm not doing it just to be popular either. Like, I'm doing it for the fun of it, and I'll still do it even if I don't ever really get popular. So it's not about that. There's things about it I would like being popular, but it's not. I'm not doing it to get popular. But okay, I'm getting distracted by that. Anyway, this is probably, yeah, so I feel like it's been like about 7 or 8 tries trying to get to that blue block, and I think I've hit it twice now, so that's like a 25% ratio, I think. The number's a little foggy. I'm not sure how many times exactly. It's something like a 25% ratio so far. Anyway, this is our second chance at this. I'm going to try the new strat. We're going to try the new strat again. I'm going to try to actually go for that second block there, the second yellow one. Try to go for it. I don't know if it matters being closer or farther, but I believe having the hook here should be fine for this. Maybe being closer is a little bit better, but I'm not really sure. Here we go. We're going for the block in the middle there. Can we get it? Hit my head on the ice block again. Didn't get it. Another failure. Now, what were we talking about again? Yeah. I think that's a fun reason to stream. It's also just really fun to have a lot of energy in your chat, like a lot of people talking about stuff and having fun. Like when you start to get to that kind of atmosphere. Like, I'm kind of fortunate because I guess, you know, I have a good enough community that, like, not all the time, but once in a while we can kind of like get enough people and conversation going that you can kind of achieve that sort of state of high energy in the chat, even though we have like a relatively small number of people. And that's like all you really need. When you get like that kind of energy in your chat, it's great. If I were popular, I'd probably be able to maintain that like all the time. Well, the other good thing about being popular would be being able to hit all of Twitch's threshold points to like get partnered and all that stuff. That would be nice, but fortunately doesn't look like I'm ever going to be in range of that though. Too niche. It's not easy. It's not easy to do that. Alright, here we go. We've hit step number 2. And I'm gonna say that this is maybe the 9th, maybe it's the 8th, actually? The 8th attempt at getting this block? I don't know. Guess we shouldn't really... Nah, fuck it, I'm gonna say it's the 9th. I'm gonna say it's the 9th. Feels like that could be right. Oh! Yeah, I have a day job as well. Although my day job is like hardly much of a day job. My day job is being an artist. Pretty funny day job to have, because normally your artist job is the passion job, and the day job would be working at some cubicle.
But my day job is actually just being an artist. Which is a good day job to have. Fortunately, I don't really make a lot of money at that either, but I make enough where I can do it. And where this can be my passion job, which is pretty good. Now, if I could make money doing both of these things, like make money with my art and make money with the stream, that'd be great. I mean, and you know, some very nice people here do donate money, so I do get like a little bit of money from this, but you know, not enough for it to be something I make a living off of, though. But if it was, that would be awesome. Oh man, that was awesome the way I like flipped myself entirely up there that time. That was pretty cool. Alright, first step achieved. Second step achieved. Third step achieved. Third step, we did it. Alright, I think I actually am getting this now at like the 33% rate that I think I should be. It feels like it's been about 1/3 so far of getting this blue block. So good, good. That's good news. Let's see if I fuck this up. Okay. Kind of slow climb up there. Oh, I forgot the 1-up isn't there. Whoops. Didn't need to waste time coming down here. Probably shouldn't matter though. Probably won't matter because I got right back up right away, so it definitely didn't matter. But yeah, it probably won't matter because I'm gonna probably fuck this up. That's why it won't matter. Should I get more to the left? I'm gonna try getting my hook a little bit more to the left here. I'm not sure where that hook was in my practice session, to be honest. But it seems like being more to the left should be better, in theory. Alright, here we go again. Attempt number 3. We fucked this up twice so far. Will we fuck it up 3 times in a row? Let's find out. Oh! I could hook him out late there. We will. We will fuck it up 3 times in a row. Good. Man, in practice I was getting that like kind of about 50% of the time. It really feels like it should be any time now. Any time. Whoops. It's gonna be any time now. Which game's next? Metroid Dread is going to be next, Mr. Leo. Have you played that yet, Mr. Leo? Like, oh, you haven't played that? Have you watched a playthrough of it? I haven't watched a playthrough of it yet. I've seen like a little bit. I've seen bits and pieces of people. Like I've watched people play it for like, you know, little stints here and there. Oh, you watched playthrough? So I haven't seen a lot of the game. I've seen enough to where I get a rough idea of what it's like. And I don't know if I'm gonna like it. I honestly, and I mean that, literally, I honestly do not know if I'm gonna like it or not. I might end up really liking it, and I might end up kind of hating it. I can't tell. How do you think you feel about it, Mr. Leo? Yeah, exactly. Only one way to find out. For sure. How do you feel about Metroid Dread, Mr. Leo? You can tell me. Don't worry. You won't influence my opinion. Looks great to you. Metroid Dread? Does it? I can't say it looks great to me, to be honest. Can't say that. Not everyone was a fan of it. I think it carries over the counter mechanic from 3DS game. Well, what I've heard people say about that is that, and I don't know if this is true or how true this is. I also am not familiar with the 3DS game that much, but apparently in the 3DS game, people consider that to be like way overdone, where they were relying on that a lot, and they toned it down in Dread. That's what I heard. It sounded like a bad idea to me in the first place, that whole counter mechanic. Kind of sounded like a bad idea. But people said they toned it down. I don't know. The 3DS game also has its defenders as well, but I've heard a lot more negative about that. Not too many. Here we go, tip number 10 on the blue block. So far, 3 out of 9. 3 out of 9 successes. And it's now 3 out of 10. 30% clearance rate. Mr. Lee, what do you guys? Well, both anybody. What do you guys think about like the soundtrack and the level design and stuff like that? One thing that I noticed when watching people, I think that I've been noticing from watching people play, yeah, in Dread, is that I don't know. I feel like the level design kind of, to me, looks a bit boring. Like, so like in Super Metroid, the level design is really varied and interesting, I think. And there's like a lot of like spots where there's like there's a lot of secrets, but there's also like a lot of spots where you like bomb through walls in interesting ways, and you know, uncover passages in interesting ways. And I'm just not sure if I've seen any of that in Dread. I mean, maybe I just haven't seen it though. Maybe it's there and I'm just not seeing it. But every time I like watch somebody play Dread though, it just feels like it's like more linear corridors that you're just running through. I don't know. It does seem like it's taking a lot from Fusion. I think other people have said that as well. Or, yeah. I like Fusion, but it is my least... Well, of the original 4, it's my least favorite. But I still really like Fusion, though. I mean, Fusion is a very interesting game. I mean, I think Fusion still had some pretty interesting level design, though. But it did feel like a little bit of a step down from Super Metroid. In terms of, like, just the level design. It's been a while since I played Fusion as well, so I'm pretty fuzzy on remembering it. So yeah, I'm talking about like the level, like also the counter mechanic I don't like, but as long as it's not too prominent, I can deal with that. That probably won't make or break how I feel about the game. If I put Dread above Fusion, like overall, or in terms of level design. Oh, you played through Dread, Luigi. Have you played through Dread? Your favorites are Super and Zero Mission? A lot of people like Zero Mission. I'm not a big fan of Zero Mission, to be honest. Well, I mean, I think it's a perfectly fine remake. But I just think that the original... It doesn't replace the original. I think the original is better in some ways. And I feel like... What I don't like about Zero Mission is how it just kind of takes original Metroid, which kind of had a more unique feeling, and just kind of Super Metroids it. And I feel like that just kind of doesn't really work for Metroid 1. Personally. Also, I felt like the stuff they added in was not necessarily an improvement either. And the lore stuff they added felt a little bit silly, but that's... And the music remixes are kind of a mixed bag, I think, in Zero Mission as well, because some of the music remixes I thought they did a really good job with, but then others I thought just kind of didn't capture the same atmosphere as the original. Like the original Metroid, the atmosphere of the soundtrack is like one of the best. It's like one of the best soundtracks on the NES, and I still think it's like completely amazing, the soundtrack. But I don't feel the same way about Zero Mission's soundtrack. I feel like it doesn't quite capture that. And you know, again, it's like, relatively speaking, it's still like a very good remake, though. I mean, it's good. It's a lot of remakes I don't think are very good. If you were to rank it on a list of remakes, it'd probably be near the top, quite honestly. For like overall quality. But that's just me, I don't know. A lot of people like Zero Mission, though. Hey, first try in this door. Oh no! Not first try! Oh no! I saw that he was lined up to hit me, and I was trying to avoid it, but... Never mind, not first try. False alarm. False first try alarm. Second try! All the time. Dude, don't... Oh! It almost hit me there, too. Did you see that? That fish was, like, getting his timing down. He's gonna get... No, dude, hold on a second. Don't do that. Don't do that. Alright. I'm not gonna let a spawning fish get in my way. Get out of here. Still a good amount of lives. Oh! Whoops! Oh yeah, so you said your favorite was, Super and Zero Mission. Super Metroid is everybody's favorite. And it's mine too. You know, I'd love to be different from other people. And be like, Metroid 2 is my favorite. I would love to be able to say that Metroid 2 is my favorite. And it actually really, it's kind of close to being, like, I do really love Metroid 1 and 2, but I just can't say that. I just can't say that. Your favorite is Fusion? See, that's pretty different. That's pretty different from most people. Super Metroid is just too good. It's just too good. But I do really love Metroid 2, though. I love the structure of it. I love that it still doesn't have the map yet. I kind of resent Super Metroid a little bit for doing such a good job with its map system that to this day everybody still copies it. In like all platformers with any kind of exploration, people just copy the map of Super Metroid over and 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 over again. I kind of resent it for that reason, but it really is like the best implementation of a map in that kind of game. It's amazingly designed. The thing about Super Metroid is that even though it brings in a map system, it's just designed in such a way where you still feel like you're getting lost sometimes. And like that's really amazing, and no other quote Metroidvania that I've, you know, which I hate that term. No other like Metroid-like game I've ever seen has ever done that or ever accomplished that. It's just like some things about the way that Super Metroid is designed, like things like getting you stuck in areas until you like find the right ability to get out, which it does numerous times. Is stuff like that, and kind of the general feeling of claustrophobia, and the ways in which the map is actually not that useful. So little ways like that, it manages like to retain that feeling of being able to go around in a platformer with the exploration and still feel like lost. Is that feeling of like isolation and being lost that no other platformer can achieve. And I wish there were like some indie platformers that tried to like distance themselves from Super Metroid and like maybe like, you know, design the game where you like don't need a map, you know, or like not have a map or something, you know, try to do it that way. But just haven't seen any. Fusion, yeah, I never really considered Prime, but yeah, Prime, I do like Prime a lot, but I still like the 2D, I don't know, maybe I like Prime better than Fusion and Zero Mission, maybe? Certainly not more than the original 3, though. Haven't played the others. You haven't played, oh, so you played Fusion, Super, and 1, Prime, and 2. Okay, so you played all the important ones, then. In my way of thinking. Like 1, 2, Super, Fusion, and Prime. I feel like are the ones that you, like, definitely should play. Maybe not even Fusion. But Fusion is really cool, though. Fusion, I mean, a lot of people don't like how Fusion brings in, like, the sort of mission-type feeling and is a little bit more linear and you're often told where to go. But I kind of feel like it's again done in such a way that really works really well for that game, and it shakes things up just enough. Like, it's really good that Metroid 4 wasn't just another Super Metroid. It's good that it's different. If anything, I think the only thing that's really holding Metroid Fusion back from being a masterpiece is just the soundtrack more than anything else. But Super Metroid does not have that problem. But I think it's really good that it's different in that way, and I think that where it could have been a big problem, I think they do it in such a way, the whole stuff with Adam, that it just ends up being really cool. I think it ends up being really cool. It's done in a really good way, I think. I only played AM2R. I never tried AM2R, but I kind of don't really like what I've seen of it, though. I kind of feel a little bit resentful that some people play that instead of authentic Metroid 2. But I wish, yeah, you should try the original, I think. But, you know, some people do seem to prefer AM2R. Yeah, AM2R is it's like a thing where, like, another Metroid 2... it's just another thing where they essentially, like, Metroid... They just zero mission Metroid 2, basically, and just make it... They just simply make it more like Super Metroid, which, you know, it's like, I feel like that just... To me, that kills what makes Metroid 2 unique, you know? Personally.
they even and like they even like reuse Super Metroid sprites, which of course you would, because like why wouldn't you? But you didn't like too much. You haven't played the remake. Oh, that's too bad. Metroid 2, because of the smaller screen, like the original one. I mean, it doesn't have color, obviously. And because of the smaller screen, it's kind of claustrophobic. You don't have that much field of vision around you. But personally, I think that works for the game. It has like a feeling of claustrophobia that really works for the theme of the game. It's like it's perfect for that. The fact that it doesn't have a map, well, it's also more linear in a sort of like Metroid Fusion as well. Like it's more linear in that you like go through the areas in a kind of linear way. Yeah, I feel like I probably should try AM2R one day as well, but I just can't see myself. It's just, it does exactly what I wouldn't want to have done to Metroid 2, it feels like. And also, the music of AM2R is just more boring. It's got a pretty decent remix of like the classic first area song, but they use it too much. It's in the game too much, and then for the other areas, they don't have that same really unique kind of ambient Game Boy beeps and boops ambient music that is like actually so unique about Metroid 2. I feel like they don't really have that in AM2R. I don't know what they have instead. I feel like they get way too much mileage out of that one song. You know, like the way the Metroids evolve? Oh, Metroid 2 in general? How do you mean? Like just that they evolve, period? It is a little bit weird. I will say, it is a little bit weird that the way that the Metroids evolve is into like these like larger and larger beasts, but they're actually most dangerous in their unevolved state. Like both in terms of like the lore and in like terms of the gameplay, because in the game they're always the normal Metroids are always like the most dangerous to your health. So like that always struck me as kind of strange. But I mean, it's still cool. I mean, I still think the evolutions are cool though. I think it's a cool idea. I don't know. It's like it's just like kind of a, I mean, to me, it's like an oddity about that doesn't really affect my enjoyment of the game at all. I just think it's kind of funny that the evolved versions are like not as dangerous as the unevolved versions. What do you think about that, Mr. Leo? Is that funny? It's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of weird. I mean, the Omega Metroids are dangerous too, because they like have a lot of health and they can be tough to fight, but overall, the original Metro, I don't know, I guess you could say that like what was the forms again? Was Omega, well, putting aside the final form in Metroid Fusion, it was like, I think Omega was the strongest version in Metroid 2. I guess you could say those are like more dangerous than the unevolved Metroid. I don't know. Or harder fights. Alpha Metroids are definitely a step down from normal Metroids. Beta Metroids and Zeta Metroids probably all are. Alright, here we go. Wow, actually, so I made it to the blue block there, so now we're at what, like 4 out of 12? So we actually have retained our 33% rate. My rate has improved of getting to that blue block after the practice. Guess it did help in some way. But I'm 0 for 3 so far on getting to this yellow block. And again, I was getting to this half the time in practice, so couldn't be that hard. And I missed it again! I missed it again! 0 for 4 on hitting that block. It didn't seem that hard in practice. Damn it! I keep I gotta be careful, because I swear it's like eating my input on that little slope sometimes. I swear it is. I swear it is. Alright, I should just expect that that's gonna happen. I should just always do that instead. Sometimes they have spikes, sometimes they shoot you to freeze them, but later they lose invulnerability. Yeah, so you just don't find the actual evolutions logical? I don't know. I'm not really sure about that. I haven't thought about that too much. Yeah, I don't know. I guess, like, I don't see the need for them to, like, as far as, like, did it, like, make logical sense the way this creature is evolving? I feel like that doesn't necessarily matter that much. The evolutions just have to look cool and generally kind of get stronger, and then it's fine. For me. I'm about to have to end this stream, and we're gonna have yet another failed stream of attempts of not getting to this, not finishing this level. Another one. Guess I can do it right now. Made it to the blue block again. My blue block attachment rate is definitely improving. Made it to here. One up is not there anymore. Nope. There's no way I'm gonna fail this again, right? There's no way. There's no way I'm gonna fail to get in here again. Not for a 5th time in a row. It's not possible. It is possible. No! It was very possible. In fact, it happened. Radon, so how's it going? I'm gonna have to end my stream soon in failure again. Yeah, I've been playing this game for. I've been getting back to this game for like the last couple of weeks. Been playing it kind of on and off. I might do one more set of attempts. Probably should stop now, but I guess I'll do one. We'll just try one more time. Yeah, I'm trying to, like my stream says, I've been meaning to come back to this game to, like, finish the 100%, and I'm not gonna do it, like, solid. Like, I'm not gonna, stick to this game 100%, but I'm just gonna stream it, like, every so often, and try to just keep working on it. I want to get it someday. Kind of good for afternoon streams, I think. How are you doing today, Mr. Radon? It kind of is like the classic getting over it. It's true. I haven't gotten over it yet. We're gonna get it. We're gonna get that 100% completion. You know what I think I probably won't ever be able to do in this game? I don't think I'm ever going to do a stream where I do every door in one stream. I think that's never going to happen. And I'm not gonna even. I was able to do that with Super Nintendo Umihara Kawase. I was able to get every single door in one stream. I feel pretty good about that. And it only took like 6 hours too, which is not really that long. It wasn't like some crazy 14-hour stream. We did it in 6 hours. But that's never gonna happen with this game. This game is just way too hard. It's much harder than the original. And that I'm never gonna do every door. Like, I'll be happy, I'll be ecstatic if I can just do it, some of these doors once ever. That's gonna be enough for me. It'd be better you have a life, so you have life so you won't complain. Yeah, exactly. There you go. That's a good attitude. Hey, as long as you still have life, you're doing something right. As long as you're still alive, and your heart's still beating, and you're not like, you know, like some kind of like slave or a prisoner in a POW camp, or, you know, something like that, then you're doing pretty good. Wow. That was not what I meant to do, but I am still alive. Oh, dude! The fish again blocked me. You see that? The damn fish. The damn fish radar. This is gonna be the last attempt for today. Because tonight we're gonna play Metroid Dread. Little something for the Metroid fans. Not friends. Solid second try. Dude, I'm getting so good at this jump. I'm just getting so consistent. Look at that. Alright, plenty of life. I didn't even bother to kill the shark, because I didn't need to. I'm too good. Let him live. Is that it? That's the key. All these times I've been killing the shark, and the shark has cursed me. But now that I finally let the shark live, that's when we're gonna do it. It was the shark all along cursing me. Of course! It makes so much sense. So much sense. Well, with the original Umihara Kawase, you can kind of tell from the level design that the devs were aware of some of these tricks you could do, but they definitely weren't aware of all of them, I think. But with this game, when this game came out, there was a huge niche audience for the game at that point. That's why they made a second one, and people loved the game, and you know, there were super fans, like, knew all these crazy tricks, and so the developers knew about them as well. So this game is essentially designed as, like, you know, a challenge mode for the hardcore fans. It makes more use of the crazier tricks. Some of the tricks that you don't even need to do ever in the first game, you have to do in here, like the whole rocket jump thing. And yeah, just overall, this one is just much more demanding than the first one, I think. Especially, also, you have to keep in mind that this game, through its multiple releases over the years, this one they've added on, like, harder and harder levels, you know? So, and they never did that with the Super Nintendo one, or any of the others either. It's only this one, so, like this one especially, like the Steam version and such, is the one that's like the gauntlet that was thrown down to the fans. Not so much the third and fourth one, but this one. The first Umihara Kawase, the vast majority of the levels don't force you to do like really hard tricks to get past them. There's some of them are really hard and have like various ways to die, but they're mostly very flexible with how you can get past them. Mostly. Whereas this game, there's a lot of levels. There's a lot of levels that require you to do very, very specific things to get past. And overall, there's just like a little bit less room for creativity. Super Nintendo one gives you a ton of room for creativity, I feel. I mean, there's still room for creativity in this one too, plenty of room, but just like a little bit less, I think, with the level design. That's my feeling. So, I prefer the first one overall, but this one is really cool as well. I mean, I'm really glad that this one exists though, as like the ultimate challenge Umihara Kawase. Like, I think that this one is really cool too. I prefer the first one by like a little bit. The first one's my favorite game of all, or I guess it's my favorite platformer of all time, but this one's right up there. I still haven't exactly ironed out how I feel about the third one. I definitely don't like it as much graphically, and when I played it, I felt like the mechanics weren't right. They didn't quite feel right. And other people have said the same thing, so I don't think it's just me. So yeah, those are kind of big flaws with the third one. But I don't know. I gotta actually really play. Like I've played the third one a little bit. I finished it on a couple of the paths, but really haven't played. Like I have to like do like a really deep dive into the third one now, and just see what like all it has to offer. On the bold arrow thing, how do I have 57 to 58? But not the only arrow leading to 57. To 57? Let's see. You have 57 to 58. You have 57 to 58, but not the arrow. You don't have 56 to 57. I don't know. That shouldn't be possible. I don't have the arrow. 57 to 58. I don't even have 57 on my map, as you can see. How do you... You could... Have you been to 57? Because if you've never completed 56, you couldn't have ever been to 57. 57 shouldn't even be on your map at all, period. How would you... There's definitely no other way to get to 57. You can see it's not on my map, and I've like nearly 100% of the game. I don't know. A glitch, maybe? That's really weird. And you have a solid arrow as well? What? 655 deaths and 1 win? Well, I mean, you must have won it. Well, okay. Well, doesn't that mean that you've won 56 then? I mean, the game seems to... Is that not correct? Have you never won 56? How could you even... Wait, so... Okay. Be down a sec. Dinner. Yeah, it really is. I'm gonna have to just do these attempts quickly. If you don't... Wait a second, Luigi, I'm confused because if you don't have the arrow from 56 to 57, how do you have 655 deaths on that stage? Also, it sounds like not only do you have the stage on your map, but you've been playing it a hell of a lot. Is it all... Oh, it's hollow. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, I see. But it's not... Oh, so it's not hollow from 57 to 58. Oh, so you're saying it's hollow to 57, but not to 58? Oh, you're right. That doesn't make sense either. Are you sure? Maybe it's just like a graphical error. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. You have hollow 56 to 57, but you have solid 57 to 58? Yeah, that's really weird. I'm definitely more consistent today on getting to the blue block. This is like the 6th time. Okay, this has got to be it. I'm just gonna complete it right now. Right now, with my parents calling me for dinner, I'm gonna complete this stage right now, and that's fine. There's no way I can fuck this up a 6th time. In practice, I was doing this like half the time, so there's no way I could fail 6th time. Statistically, highly improbable. Although that's a misunderstanding of statistics, because once we reach this point where we already have 5 losses, it's the same statistics as any other individual time. But overall, it would be highly improbable. Alright, so... Just... Dude, why? It's gonna get it again real quick. So, we have valuable lives we can use. I'm gonna use them. Real quick. Why? It could be Luigi. Yeah, I mean, that does sound like some sort of glitch thing, because I don't know how that could be possible either, quite honestly. Like, man. Yes, I don't understand. It didn't seem that hard in practice. It didn't seem that hard. Jump input. Nah, whatever, dude. Yeah, well, it's a little bit different Space Kitty. It's not like it would be more like if you were drawing like these amazing highly detailed drawings off stream, and then you got on the stream and you were like, okay, time to draw a drawing, and then you started drawing stick figures. Like, I can't get it to work. That seems unlikely for that to happen. Maybe you had a different hook position in the practice state. I tried different positions though. I tried it with kind of in the middle, and I tried it more to the left. In theory, more to the left should be better. I mean, I did like one of the, I don't know. Like maybe, but that's still, I don't know, man. I don't know. I guess I'll practice some more and then come back again next stream and try it some more. What else can I do? That sucks though. Another failed stream at 42. Well, these things happen. All right, guys. I'm going to go ahead and just turn off the stream. I'm not going to do a raid because I don't have time. But I will be back. I'll probably be back tonight unless like I'm seized and forced to watch a movie at gunpoint. But I'll probably be back tonight to do Metroid Dread. So see you then. Or if not, then tomorrow. But definitely next stream. Okay. Bye. Thanks for watching my failures. Bye. Peace be with you.